Hello, darling. Welcome to Lifestyle Manifesting. I'm Shannon, and I talk all about manifesting as a lifestyle. You are the director. You are the main character. You are the one who's creating your reality. Let's talk about all things to do with law of assumption. Law of assumption is an assumption, even though it's false. If you persist in your assumption, it will harden into fact. So what are you assuming about yourself? Because the way you see yourself in relation to everything in your world creates your experience of reality. So are you assuming yourself to already be successful? Are you assuming yourself to already have your desire? The fact that you imagined your desire means you have it. The fact that you imagine that you have your desire means you have it, because your imagination is first cause, creating your reality. You have so much power, and according to what you're imagining, you create your reality. According to what you imagine, when a circumstance comes into your life, whether it be as you perceive good or bad or positive or negative, what is your assumption about it? Martin, thank you for the rose. Carolina, you asked, how do you drop the old story of the person? This is what I struggle with. By remembering who you are, that you're the author and you're creating your reality. Drop the old story, because do you think that person wants to live that old story? If that person was bad to you or a cheater or did something to you, do you think they really want to be that person? So drop the old story and see the best in them. What we're imaging and what we're imagining in the present moment, that becomes your next moment in life, the future moments of your life. Imagine the best. Imagine the best of everyone and anyone. Now, when the old story comes up, you could say that's just something from the past. What do you want to see for your life? What do you want to imagine? Start saying it. Some of this is just about repetition. You have to create new beliefs with repetition. Just start saying, I dropped that old story. I love that I dropped the old story. I'm already in the new story. Do you understand? You want to think from that reality that already exists and think from that reality of already having the desire. Test it on other people. Because you might be so focused on that one person trying to change the story, which you can do very easily, but decide that's already done. Now, imagine other things. Like there were people in my life that I thought were narcissistic, and I just decided, no, they're not. No, they're not. They're good. They're valuable. They're kind. They're loving. Test it. There was someone else that I thought was jealous. I just imagined them differently. I imagined hearing them say something different. When you're struggling with the old story from that person, just test the law in different areas of your life. I promise you, you're going to prove it in the testing. You will prove it's true in the testing. And that will make it easier for you. As you prove it in other areas of your life, it makes it easier for you to see the best in that person. I was trying to manifest something from a concert, even visualizing it, and it didn't happen. Was there something I could have done differently? Don't ever claim that you didn't get your desire. Don't ever claim that you didn't get your desire, because this is like a skill. It's like a skill, like learning an instrument. And you practice your imaginal scene. You practice being the version of you who can manifest on time. So what do you do differently? You claim you got it. You keep seeing yourself with it. I don't know if you're going to go to that concert again tomorrow or this weekend or next week, even if that's not even, there's no evidence showing there's any other concert. But it doesn't matter. If you keep imagining it, it's going to happen. So what most people get wrong is they stopped imagining that they have their desire. When you start to say, it didn't happen, when you say that, you are living in the end of it didn't happen. Do you understand? You have the power to even revise the past. If you imagine that it did happen, that revision will advance into your future. So just decide it's done because you imagined it, because you are the one and only creating your reality. What do you do now? I want you to imagine you did get what you wanted, and don't let go. Don't let go of that story. Hold on to that story. In your mind, you're going to imagine you did get it. Disregard all of your five senses of what you see, and you decide that's yours, you have it, you did it. And do that and watch what happens. The one thing that people get wrong is they let the 3D reality decide and determine whether or not they have their desire. And that's not true. You have to hold to your vision, to the end. You have to hold to that until it manifests, even on a time crunch. It appears that event happened and it's in the past, but that's not even in the past. Okay, so test it. How do I not worry about finding exactly what I want in a guy without settling? How do I not worry? All you have to do is remember that you create your reality. Write down the character traits and the attributes of what you want in a partner. Write that down and read it over every day. What is that? What is that? Because if you're worried about not getting it, then you're not going to get it. The worry is going to create you not getting it. What you focus on will become true. You don't even have to settle. Why are you contemplating that you might have to settle, but you don't? Write down those character traits. What does it look like? Someone who's attentive and kind and loving and caring and honest and devoted to you. What's the difference between living in the end and embodying the state when manifesting an SP? It's the same. Embodying the state and living in the end, it's knowing that you have your desire. Embody the state. You can embody the state by feeling it, by using your five senses to go in your imagination and feel that. That's the same as living in the end. Claim it's already done. You're not looking for it. You're deciding it's done because you imagined it. Okay, you said, Buns, people around me are saying, you're young now, find someone before you get older. No, why are you believing what anyone tells you? There are people 80 years old finding the love of their life. All possibilities exist. Why are you worried about what someone will say to you? It does not get harder. It will if you believe them. So don't buy into that. That's a lie. That's not true. I want someone who I feel doesn't exist. Oh no, it does. Your person does exist. This person you want exists. Millionaire, Muslim, 6'5". It's done. It's done. By the way, when I made my list, everything I wrote down, even physically manifested, like the physical traits. Everything I wrote down manifested. Write that down, but also you want to be contemplating and including that kind of relationship you want. Trusting, loving. It's easy to communicate. It feels like you've known each other a lifetime. I'm only giving you ideas. You don't have to have all these things, right? I'm only giving you ideas of what you contemplate becomes your reality. So put those down on your list and read it every day. Read it 5 times a day. In the morning, late afternoon, evening, right before bed. And read it 5 times a day. And you will see that person will show up in your life. The only thing you need to do is keep reading that over and over. And decide it's done. When you read those 5 times, you read that list 5 times a day, that's it. You did it. You just keep reading that. What do you do the rest of the time? Know that it's done. Live your life. Live your joy. What you want to keep remembering is go back to knowing that first cause is your imagination. That is what is first cause. You're one with the Creator. Your experience of reality is coming from within and it's without. So everyone is yourself pushed out. That means the inner world creates the outer world. In the inner world is what you're imagining. Are you imagining yourself as someone who has their desire? Are you imagining yourself as someone who's magnetic? Are you imagining yourself as someone who gets anything you want? Are you imagining yourself as someone who's successful? Are you imagining that no matter what you do, you have success? Are you imagining that you are abundant no matter what? Because if you imagine that, that becomes your reality. So you want to take note of what you're assuming, what your assumptions are. What do you do when you lost faith in manifestation after trying to manifest something over a year and see no change? You have to see change to manifest something. You have to see the change in your mind's eye, in your imagination. You have to image the change in order for it to change. At no point should you be thinking and assuming you didn't manifest it, because then that's what you're living in the end of. How do I reset it and get it fast? Yes, just by saying it. I reset. Right now, I'm resetting. Right now is a new moment. It's a new moment. It's a new present moment. There's no past. There's no future. There's only the present moment. What are you imagining in the present moment? The fact that you can imagine anything means that you can create and manifest anything. Hi, Sophie. You said, Shannon, I bought your self-concept course. Great. Sophie, you are going to be writing your success story. Jazz, you said, glad to see you on. Hope you had a great trip. I had a wonderful trip. We did a wine tour through Italy and Slovenia and Croatia. It was amazing. It was amazing. It was a lot of drinking wine. Okay, Kelsey, that's true. I'm not giving up. I'm going to keep persisting. Thank you. Yes, Kelsey, remember, you're not going to understand how it's going to happen, because on some level we believe that event went into the past. But remember, the past actually exists now. You just keep claiming you have it. Just keep claiming you have it, because you're going to see that will manifest in your world. I love it. Sophie said, that man exists. Exactly. But I don't feel ready to date. Okay. Now, what do you want? Because you're like, I want this, I want that, but I don't feel ready. Okay. I'm not where I want to be, but I feel pressure. Don't feel the pressure outside of you. What do you want? This is actually really powerful. Just start saying this. And it's not going to be true on some level, right? But just start saying, I'm exactly where I want to be. I'm exactly where I want to be. Just keep saying that over and over. Make that a mantra through your day. I'm exactly where I want to be. Remember, an assumption, even though it's false, if you persist in that assumption, it's going to harden into fact. You know you are exactly where you want to be. You're going to create a reality that reflects that is true. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I know what you want to claim. Claim you already know. I already have all my needs fulfilled. My needs are all fulfilled. Manifesting is learning how to self-regulate, have self-reliance, rely on the within. Rely on your infinite wisdom from within. We're taking the future and we're making it now. Don't live the life where you feel, I'm not where I'm going to be. When I get there in the future, I'll be happy. When I get this, when I look different, when I have that, when I have more money, when I'm ready. Okay, you think that's in the future, and you're always going to be chasing the future. Take the future and make it now and start claiming it. I'm where I want to be. So some of your ideas are going to be, not for all of you, but for some of you, you might think, but I'm not where I want to be. No, you don't want to claim that in the present moment. Remember, what you're saying and claiming in this present moment, it advances into your future. So what do you want to claim right now? I am where I want to be. And you, with repetition, keep repeating that. I'm exactly where I want to be, feeling fulfilled. Maybe you don't know exactly the details, but what you do want is to feel fulfilled. You have to learn how to create the fulfillment from within instead of from the without. Right? Everybody wants these material things on the outside to fulfill themselves. You want that new car, that shiny object, that relationship. You want all those things out there to fulfill you within. But that's not what we're doing here. Because if you need those things to fulfill you, you'll be chasing after those things. Understand you're feeling some unfulfillment within, or emptiness within, or loneliness within, and you're trying to get it from the outside. But the truth is, it's within. I'm pointing within our heart, within the inner story, what you feel within. Practice feeling fulfilled within right now. And when you practice that, practice feeling happy without any evidence from the outside, without having all those shiny objects. Practice that. Close your eyes. Feel safe, feel secure. Because when you create that inner world to feel that way, the outer world's going to show you evidence it's true. So learn to go within and have self-reliance. Rely on yourself. Don't feel any pressure. I don't care if people tell me you should have this, you should have that. I feel no pressure whatsoever. I feel no pressure whatsoever. That doesn't matter. I already have created the fulfillment from within. Sometimes we're too worried about what someone thinks. You're worried about what the world out there told you who you should be. Just stop doing that. You can reset right now. I say things to myself through the day like, I reset right now. I'm resetting myself right now. I'm in charge of my reality. I choose my destiny. I'm the captain of this ship. Okay, I'm the one. I'm the author. I'm the main character. No more pressure. There's no more pressure. When you have those moments where you're feeling that kind of pressure, just take a deep breath in and say, I release this pressure and I let it go. And I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, right here. I'm exactly, okay, let's say it in the you. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Do you want to live in the end that you're exactly where you're supposed to be? Or do you want to live in the end, I'm not where I'm supposed to be. I don't know where I'm supposed to be. Okay. Think about that. Tips for constantly staying in the end. Worries and doubts creep in a lot, and I can't get rid of them. You can get rid of them with repetition of the wish fulfilled. You constantly stay in the end because you decide you're not letting go. You decide this is your life. When you have a worry and doubt, just say, that's the boogeyman. Dr. Joseph Murphy, he wrote Power of the Subconscious Mind. I was listening to one of his lectures and he was like, those are false beliefs. It's like the boogeyman. That's a false belief. It's not even real. Those worries are like the boogeyman. They're not real. The doubts are not real. Just say, that's not real. What's real? Abundance, love, prosperity, peace, harmony. Even if you focus your attention on those ideas, just contemplating those ideas, you're going to see evidence of the truth of those ideas. You'll see peace and harmony and fulfillment. You'll see security if you're claiming that and affirming it. Whatever you want to be, just start claiming it. So you could say, it's easy for me to stay in the end. I get anything I want. I always get anything I want. Okay, if that worry and doubt creeps in, be like, nope, I always get what I want. Somebody tells you something the opposite, nope, I always get what I want. You don't have to tell them. You don't have to argue for yourself because you don't have to prove anything to anyone out there. So you're not trying to prove it to anyone out there. You're simply claiming it and keep claiming it. And as you keep claiming it, all those doubts and worries will dissolve away. How do you deal with disappointment of your manifestation not happening? I would never accept disappointment. I would never do that. If that's my desire, that desire has been given to you because this is how your higher mind speaks to you. This is how your higher self speaks to you through desire. Even if it's not present, I would say, okay, it's not physically here, but I know that it's mine. And I know that if I keep focusing on that idea, it must manifest. If you're focusing on disappointment, you're living from the end of disappointment. You're living from the end it didn't happen. My 3D is still shocking. Nothing changes. I can't even get small wins. Is that what you want to claim right now? Tanisa, is that what you want to claim? Nothing changes. I don't even get small wins. Is that what you want to claim? Because you're claiming that. Okay? So I want you to change it. I intend my life is exactly the way I want it to be. I intend I have the abundance that I've been imagining. I intend that the love of my life that I've been imagining shows up. I intend I already have these. Because you imagined it, it's done. But you're counteracting your imaginal act with something new. I can't even get small wins. It's definitely not what I would ever want to imagine for myself or for anyone else. Even if I felt, okay, I get it, and I get it. You're going to shift it right now. What do you want? Tell me what you want. Imagine yourself having it. I want to manifest anything. It'd be better for you to say what you want. I would love. Wouldn't it be nice if I could get small wins? Wouldn't it be nice if I can manifest the small things? Wouldn't it be nice if those kept gradually getting bigger? Wouldn't it be nice if everything just manifested in one day? Wouldn't it be nice if I woke up overnight and I'm in my new reality? That is going to create the reality that you want. Think about driving a car. You're in a car driving. It's the same thing creating your reality. Where are you going? When you're driving, you're the driver. You're in the driver's seat. And you're going in life. Where you go has everything to do with what you're imagining and what you're saying. So if you're the driver of your own life and your own experience, and you're driving and saying, I can't even get small wins. Well, now you're driving into that reality. Can't even get small wins. Reality proves that's true. You have to say something different. You have to see a different perspective. You could say things like, in the past, I never had small wins. I'm not taking it anymore. I'm not taking that anymore. I'm living my best life. I am going to get those wins. Everything's going to turn around and work in my favor. Everything changes. Remember, you're going to say it before you see it. Some of the great metaphysical teachers like Wayne Dyer, he wrote The Power of Intention. Wayne Dyer would say, you have to believe it before you see it. But the truth is, you don't have to believe it. But on some level, that's true. But here's what I say. You have to say it before you'll see it. Because you don't even necessarily even have to believe it. I manifest things all the time that I didn't even believe, that were outrageous, that weren't even 100% true, but yet the world showed me it was true. But I didn't necessarily see it or believe it. Or, I didn't believe it. You have to say it before you'll see it. Let that be your mantra. I have to say it before I see it. So what do you want to say? Nothing changes? That's what you're saying. That's what you'll see. You have to say it before you'll see it. So you're going to say, everything has changed in my life. You have to say it before you'll see it. And an assumption, even though it's false, if you persist in that assumption, it's going to harden into fact. You have to say it. All my life has changed. I'm in a new reality. I'm in my new life. My life changed overnight. There's no evidence. So what are you going to do? Are you going to keep saying, my life has changed overnight? There's still no evidence. What are you going to do? Are you going to agree? Are you going to agree that, no, nothing changed? Because when you start agreeing with your 3D that you didn't want, that you prefer not to experience, and you're agreeing with it, you're consenting for that to be true. Nothing changes. Do you want to consent to that? Or do you want to say it until you see it? Everything changes. Everything's changed. My whole life has changed. I manifest big wins. Remember, you're going to affirm it even though it's not true. It's false. It's literally a lie. It is a lie. You have to get over that. All you're going to do is affirm that in your mind until it becomes true. I get big wins. I manifest big wins. You say it to yourself, test it out, and see what happens. And if you feel like it, test it out with the small wins first. I would go to the big wins right away. Why not? You could do anything. If you can manifest big wins, you can manifest small wins. So if I were you, this is what I would do. I would start saying, everything changed. In fact, it changed overnight. I get big wins. That's all I would say. I would just keep repeating that to myself all day long. And in my mind, I would see those changes. And I would image those changes. Imagine those changes. I would imagine the possession of that desire. And that's how you're going to manifest your desire. So Tanisa, come back here and tell us your success story. Hi, Kim. Okay, girl boss, how to get him to be completely obsessed with me. Just say it. You're going to say it before you see it. So you're going to say to yourself, oh, he is obsessed with me. He's so in love with me. He will do anything for me. He's parting the Red Sea for me. He's so obsessed with me. This goes back to how you see yourself. See yourself as the version of you that he's completely obsessed with. Be obsessed with yourself. Know that you're the creator, that what you're claiming and the narration that you're giving of your life becomes your reality. Okay, so come back and tell us what happened. How to jump realities. Okay. Take the timeline, what's the reality that you want to be in? What is that timeline? Take that timeline and imagine it or claim it, right? Talk about it to yourself. And then you claim, I did jump realities. I am in that reality. I jumped realities. It's done. You claim it. You're going to say it. You're going to keep saying it until it becomes true. Disregard anything unlike it. It's a radical change of mind. You're not going to let your 5 senses determine whether or not you're in that reality or not, because you're going to decide and know that because you imagined it, it's done. Hey lady, what do you do when you have a rough moment, when the ego is loud? Allow yourself just to feel that. I'm having a rough moment and it's okay. It's okay. I like to just soothe myself, talk myself through those moments. Having a rough moment, and that's quite all right. But also see the silver lining. How can I envision someone who relocates for me, loves me enough to do that? Because that's who you are. That's who you are. So whether you envision it through a vision or you affirm it, that's who you're going to claim yourself to be. I'm someone who's valuable. I'm someone who my partner, my specific person, the love of my life relocates from me because I'm important to them. Because we build each other up. Because we thrive with each other. Right? Remember, life is a story. What story do you want to tell? Of course he loves you. Or she, right? Of course your person loves you and relocates for you. What about health? I'm 39. I just got diagnosed with Parkinson's. How do you manifest health? You claim you're healthy. Remember, whatever diagnosis you get, you don't have to consent for that to be true. You could use revision. Imagine that the doctor told you something different. I have many success stories from clients, people in my VIP group. They changed what the doctor said. They imagined the doctor saying something different. So you can imagine something different. Imagine your end. Imagine hearing your doctor say you're healthy. So loop that in your mind and keep looping that in your mind. And imagine hearing that and then watch what happens. Okay, live from the end of health. Things that I affirm to myself, and by the way, I always affirm before I go to a doctor's appointment or dentist appointment, I'm on the way there, I affirm exactly what they're going to say to me. And they always say almost exactly what I've already affirmed. And I'll say, I'm healthy. You're one of the healthiest 52-year-old women that comes into our office. You're in great shape. I affirm all these things, and they always repeat those back to me. Do I take any medications? No. Do I take any vitamins? No. Do I do anything overly healthy? No. Do I eat any food that I want? Yes. Do I decide that whatever I eat is good for me? Yes. Because nothing has real meaning behind it. You're giving meaning to everything. I'm happy, healthy, vital, and strong. It's something I also affirm every night as I go to bed. I am healthy, happy, vital, and strong. I have had the most miraculous results by affirming the end. You're so, imagination, hi, you're so motivating. I love listening to you put on your YouTube lives. Thank you. How to manifest money quick, please. The keys. You're going to claim it. I manifested that money. I got that $10,000. I manifested $10,000 today, right on time, right now. It's so easy for me to manifest money quickly. Money just falls in my lap. It comes out of nowhere. I have all the money I need. All my needs are satisfied now. You want to image the abundance. Image that. Prosperity. See yourself with prosperity. Claim prosperity. The infinite treasures are within you. What if you try to affirm you're beautiful, but people still call you unattractive? Why would you believe anyone who calls you unattractive? You are beautiful. It doesn't mean that I have to believe everyone in the world thinks I'm beautiful, but I wouldn't care because I decide I'm beautiful. You have to stop caring about other people's opinions. You could also, here's another thing you could try, and it will work. Imagine that person said, you are stunning and you are beautiful. And someone called you unattractive, use revision and imagine that they said, you are just so unique and beautiful. And then loop that in your mind and it does take a little practice to do that because the words want to come back like that memory, you're unattractive and you didn't feel good about, who would feel good about that, right? No one would feel good about that, but you could use revision and you'll see the power that this is the only present moment that exists. And you have the power to imagine someone saying something different. It's going to advance into your future. It's going to become part of your reality. So what did that person say to you? You are stunning and you're gorgeous and you're beautiful. Remember, beauty is also in the eye of the beholder. So what is your perception of beauty? When I walk through the world, I literally look at everyone thinking how beautiful they are. I don't care. The way anyone looks for me is beautiful. So it's something that you also want to shift your perspective, because remember, everything's ourself pushed out. We've been conditioned to judge. We've been conditioned to believe certain things. We've been conditioned to believe what the beauty standard is. You don't have to believe that anymore. David, what can you tell me about changing your height? Imagine you already are the height you want to be. Will you physically change? Actually, I see people physically change. I've seen that. I've heard that. Not only from my own success stories from people that I know, but from other just stories that you hear. So what you want to do is say, I already am the person I want to be. I already am this height. You can imagine people saying it to you. So what's going to happen? I don't know, but that result will manifest. You may do an exercise that helps you grow taller. You may just miraculously be taller. I've had the craziest things. Some things I don't even want to share here, but I share in my VIP group. Personal things that have manifested. Physical changes. by imagining it, by affirming it. This reality is not what it seems to be. It is an illusion. It's a holographic image. Read Autobiography of a Yogi by Paramahansa Yogananda. There is a yogi whose arm was chopped off and it grew back. Do you understand? You have these kind of powers. You just didn't know how to tap into it. But if you claim you are the person you want to be, the outer world is going to reflect that that's true. Okay, so change your height by claiming it. I already am. And it's all done in imagination because that's first cause. Second cause, or the effect, is the physical world you're living in. If anyone needs additional help, join my VIP group. It is a mastermind. You will manifest your desires. You will see changes. One of the members in my VIP group, her birthday was last weekend. She was manifesting. She said like the week before, he's going to show up. And guess what? Yes, he did. Of course he did, because we claimed it, because we imagined it, because we know how to imagine our reality. If you want to do this work on your own, use my self-concept course. The link's in my description, and you will manifest your desire. Those of you who bought it, you're writing your success stories. Okay, from Moon. Texted SP twice around September 10th. No response. Ran into him in person last Monday. He asked, should we get together? I replied, I don't like to lead, and left, and still nothing. Okay, but just go to the end. Just go to the end. What do you want? You want your SP to be the one who's like leading and pursuing or chasing, right? Taking that lead, then affirm it's already done. What's the end? SP and I are already together in a mutually respectable relationship, however you want to word that. We're already together. I'm in a happy, healthy relationship. And I love that my person is always pursuing me. And I love that I feel so important. This is what you would claim, something like that. I'm important and I feel important. And I love that I'm pursued. I'm in a relationship and I'm pursued. It's done. Moon, you're going to have evidence today. Like, do you understand? You have that power to make this happen today by claiming it and just decide it's done and have fun with it. Time alone has turned into a blessing, being able to work from the inside out. Yes, it is a blessing. Your words and thoughts have so much power. Speaking it into existence wasn't BS. Yes, Claire. We're literally speaking our word into existence, or world. We are speaking our world with our words into existence without even realizing it. We've been doing this our whole life. You have been creating your whole life this way. You just didn't realize it because you didn't connect the dots that what you're thinking and assuming and believing is your reality. Neville Goddard, I like how he called it enchantment. It's an enchantment or foreshadowing, right? Your words are a foreshadowing. Your words are the foreshadowing of your future. Or think of Florence Scovel Shinn, your word is your wand. It's like a magic wand, what you're saying. Yeah, comparison has been my biggest roadblock. Learning my journey and happiness is, unique. Exactly. This is something we've been conditioned to compare ourselves with everything in life, right? Let go of comparing yourself or your life to anyone else and live your unique journey, live your unique happiness for you. Thank you for saying this. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I now reset. I love it, Carolyn. You are where you're supposed to be no matter the situation because you haven't learned the lesson. The lesson will keep happening. Exactly. Hence, I am where I am supposed to be. I want to be successful. Yes, I want my health back. Okay, but here's Healing Vibes. Back to you, okay? I am successful. I am healed. Claim it. If you have your health back, picture yourself with your health back. What are you doing? What are you saying? Take yourself to the future. It's 15, 20 years from now. Don't see yourself with the disease. Take yourself in imagination to the future and see yourself running. See yourself running or see yourself doing things that imply you're healthy and you have your health. I love you all. What you want to do is claim you have your desire. Don't let anything throw you off. You're someone that doesn't get your feathers ruffled, right? You don't let anything pull you out of the wish fulfilled. Claim that. I'm someone that stays in the wish fulfilled. I'm someone that gets all my desires. I'm someone who's a magnetic pull to every desire. And you claim that. And don't let anything throw you off. I'll see you all next time. I love you all. Bye.